If you use social media, if you surf the net, or you're choosing your next Instagram story song, you have definitely seen this. An acid green background cover with a pixelated word, which is B-R-A-T, and this is the spelling for brat. Today's video, I'm so excited about this video. Today we're talking about this. Being a brat. Brat summer. Hi, I'm Paulina. I'm an English and Italian teacher and I love to discuss here on YouTube different topics, teach some vocabulary while talking about this. And I also hope these videos can be a source of inspiration, a starting point for further discussion, where you can also understand the context and the society we're living in a bit more. English is changing, the topics we are dealing with every day, we're just... Can I say this word now? But I don't know if I can say it. We're constantly surrounded by so much stuff, so many pieces of news every single day. So this is the cover of Charli XCX's new album, and I wouldn't be talking about this if this weren't viral. First of all, this was so popular, and it is actually so popular. And recently a new song came out. I also shared it in the stories. It was featuring Billie Eilish. So in collaboration with Billie Eilish. I am low-key obsessed with this song. To be low-key obsessed is just slang for saying that you're so impressed. I'm a fan, absolutely. And also to give you context, even Kamala Harris, and you probably know who she is, but even her figure was connected with being a brat. So that's the scope we're dealing with. We are talking about something which took over the internet. To take over the internet, it means to be viral, to be everywhere. So what the heck does being a brat mean? Let's start off with this. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, being a brat is an informal word and it's disapproving. So if you see these expressions in the vocabulary, you can see that it's not used in formal context. You would never say, "Dear Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I have been a brat. Apologies, I'm looking forward to you answering my email." We're talking about something which is informal, used in familiar contexts. A child, so especially one who behaves badly. Stop it, you're being a brat, but you behave like a child. My sister is coming over at the weekend with her brats. So here you're just describing her friends with a very negative term, basically. A spoiled brat, she's behaving like a spoiled brat. So this is a very common collocation. Collocation is when two words are very oftentimes used together. And a spoiled brat is somebody who just wants everything and behaves badly if she or he doesn't get what he or she wants. We have the Merriam-Webster, an ill-mannered, annoying child. Ill-mannered equals behaves badly. An ill-mannered, immature person. It's not a feminine ideal, brat, because it rejects the social surveillance that requires all young women to be the same way. But if it were, it would be a backlash against clean girl. We are not giving a definition to what a brat is according to the trend, but we're giving certain ideas related to being a brat. If you've been on social media, you know what a clean girl aesthetic is. It's the concept of these very young and very polished girls having their hair always super tidy, very slick, perfect hairstyle, little to no makeup. My makeup would be already probably too strong for a clean girl because it's this no makeup kind of aesthetic. The idea of having these items and accessories, it could be a phone cover, the chains for your car, every single part also of your setting and every piece of wardrobe you're wearing, your bag, the objects you carry with you, everything fits a very specific aesthetic, which here is described as hair in slick buns, dressed in pink, having 10 reusable cups lined up next to each other. They love overconsumption. So basically this concept of being always fresh and clean looking, giving also the sense of perfectionism, this perfect imagery of a very delicate girl having their shit together, basically. Here we have this kind of not opposite direction, because a brat is not going in the opposite direction. But here, brat retaliation is that you wear the same dress every day for a month and don't shower. This is a euphemism. It's an exaggeration. It's not like that. More of the concept of letting go and focusing less on that perfect imagery of being always the right place at the right time, looking perfect. It's not about looking in a bad way. I personally give the interpretation of feeling yourself and vibing and just enjoying the time you're spending and not focusing too much on every single detail. When I was reading this article, I'm going to leave you the link down below. It resonated with me a lot, so I really felt it close to me, and I love this concept because it doesn't give you any strict rules on boundaries. Usually when we look at subcultures or we look at different aesthetics, there is always some detail to which we say, I can't be that because I, for example, don't journal, so I'm not a clean girl. I don't like overconsumption, but I like the aesthetic of a clean girl, but I can't do it. So you always find yourself going back and forth because you can't fit in, but you don't know how to fit in a different subculture. And here a brat is probably the panacea to all that. It's like, the world's gone to shit and climate is part of that, but you're having fun through it. Women having to be these neat feminine creatures. It's fine for a brat to also do Pilates. I love reformer Pilates, but she does not model herself on being palatable for men. It's about the female gaze. A lot of the clean girl aesthetic has been criticized because it's considered a bit misogynistic in the sense that men and the male gaze adore clean girls. Typically, it's not all men, obviously. This entire misconception about makeup, we could talk about this for hours, but usually the society prefers a clean girl kind of aesthetic. And here we are saying that a brat can also do Pilates and can wear a slick bun. It's not limiting that sort of ideal, but at the same time, a brat really strikes a chord with the female gaze. The female gaze is very oftentimes compared with the male gaze. The way in which a woman behaves, appreciated by men and appreciated by women. The brat is not interested in any of that. She has no fixed aesthetic. One day I wake up and I'm totally obsessed with skirts, dresses, and I want to look very soft, feminine. And some days I just want to have the Adam Sandler kind of aesthetic and just wear baggy clothes. One day I love to wear more metal-like kind of wardrobe. One day I want to do black lipstick, the other day a red lipstick and a white dress. It's changeable, and having no limits in your aesthetic, in my opinion, is so liberating, so freeing. It's unmistakably economic. The thing about being a clean girl is that it is really expensive. Vibing to your own personal taste, it is definitely cheaper and you don't have to spend a fortune. Being a brat doesn't require a new workout routine or a wardrobe, and it's also not gender specific. Anyone can be a brat. This entire concept to me is so fascinating, and it was a trend. It is a trend. In the internet, this won't last forever, and I wouldn't be surprised if this would be included in our Cambridge Word of the Year or in the Oxford Word of the Year section, because every word's the end of it. We have the words that have been used the most and words that have been looked up. So we'll see. I'm very curious about it. Just let me know what you think about this. If you have listened to the album, what you think about this concept of Brat. I'm absolutely marrying this concept. I'm so in love with this. And yeah, I hope you also got to know some vocabulary which can be useful. And this is a lot more of on the slang side of the language, so it's a bit different from what I usually do. Let me know what you think, and I will see you soon with a new piece of content. Bye!